This virtual watch party for Screwtape B.C. is brought to you by
My dear world, now that you have finished basic training and have been assigned to my department, I feel it is my duty to give you some form of useful education. Before being assigned to a human, I believe a tempter needs practical examples of what temptation should and should not look like. Unfortunately, our mutual acquaintance, head of the education department, Mr. Indoctrination, does not share my sentiments. He rants and raves for hours saying absolutely nothing that will help a demon in the real world. Fortunately, your preparation falls to me. For your first lesson, I have enclosed part of a record pertaining to an event that happened some 3,500 years ago in the land of Egypt. Study it carefully and pay close attention to the mistakes that occur when one becomes overconfident and lax in his watch. Also, take to heart the masterful use of the various alliances and partnerships between tempters which can make any mission a success. When you have completed the first lesson, send me your observations and I shall furnish you the next installment to further prepare you to face the enemy. Your affectionate uncle, Screwtape.
Ah, Potiphar, baby. Good day, my lord Potiphar. Here is the slave you inquired about yesterday.
Yes. He looks good. Where did you say he was from?
Canaan, my lord.
I'll take him. My wife likes exotic slaves. How much?
Well, I would say 50 shekels of silver. But for you, my lord, I can do the one-time special price of $49.95.
Ha! I could get any slave in the market for half that price.
Well, maybe, my lord, but not a Hebrew slave and not so good-looking. I mean, his hair is perfect. And if you act in the next 20 minutes, I'll throw in his shackles for free.
20 shekels.
Ah, my lord, I do have to make my living somehow. Although I suppose I could do 40 shekels for your lordship.
25.
Oh, but look at his arms. Such a strong young man. So strapping and hedge. And his teeth are perfect. Well, what do you say? 35.
30 shekels of silver, and that is my final offer.
You drive a hard bargain, my lord. With the instability of the euro, the shekel just doesn't buy what it used to. But what's a poor merchant to do? Nice doing business with you.
Well, comrades, I'd say that was a successful campaign.
Oh, it was, Colonel Arrogance, ma'am. The way you tempted Joseph into strutting around with his coat and his dreams like he owned the place. Masterful bit of work, if I may say so.
But you, Captain Greed, you got
I'll drink to that.
You'll drink to anything, Corporal.
Well, why not? Excess is my middle name.
No, it's your first name, stupid.
And it's my middle name.
What?
Am I the
The
middle
name
name?
of
Am I the
birth
middle name?
certificate
Am I the
for-
middle name? Am I the middle name?
Let's not indulge in argument at present. Let's celebrate. I've got Joseph as a slave in Egypt. He certainly won't find the enemy there. Mission accomplished.
I'll drink to that.
And you can make the patient think he's got it under control. Not a thing he couldn't do, not a thing he don't know. With the pride around his eyes he couldn't possibly see. While he thinks he's standing tall, he brought him down to his knees.
Colonel Arrogance, yeah, that's me. My leadership skills come naturally. The high up ranks chose me to command the idle-brained, unholy band.
Give him every reason to believe the lie, that the grass is always greener on the other side. Tell them to be happy they need all the new toys, as they're snatching up their goodies, they'll be losing their joy. Mine. Captain Creed's my name for now, but one day I'll be general. I'm only here to wait my chance, but unless something needs to advance. Tell them that the life is short, so go have a ball. And grab your favorite chair and watch the idiots fall. It's a snap to trap a woman in a pile of shoes. You can tear them to pieces with a bottle of booze.
Excess is my middle name. And though we're doing it, that's my game. Gluttony's what I'm aiming for. 'Cause why have less when you could have more? Yeah!
What's going on here, you scum? General Depravity, ma'am. Care to join our little celebration?
And just what are you celebrating? The downfall of Joseph, General.
And if I may say so.
Silence! I'll admit you have done well.
Well, I hope you don't mind, but I took the liberty of filling out the recommendation form for the Hades Achievement Medal. All it needs is your signature, General.
Ahem! Ahem! You think you deserve a ham, Colonel?
We can talk about it.
Your mission is far from over. Do you have any idea why I assigned 3 of you to Joseph?
Because we're sneaky.
No! Joseph is the favorite son of Jacob. You are even more clueless than I thought. Let's try this. This is Abraham. Now, sometime back, our eternal enemy made a promise that through him he would bless the nations. That must never happen. To ensure that it doesn't, Overlord Satan has redoubled his efforts against this family. Now, Abraham had a son named Isaac, and Isaac in turn had Jacob and Esau. Deception did a masterful bit of work in Jacob's early life. However, the enemy still managed to get a hold of him. So now we're going after Joseph, Jacob's favorite son. Jealousy, fear, and guilt are back in Canaan, wreaking havoc on the family. Your mission is to ensure the downfall of Joseph. Which is precisely what we've done. Don't be arrogant. I'm not. That's her. Why were you able to get Joseph's brothers to turn against him?
Because he had the coat with colors.
He was his father's favorite.
because General Fear, Colonel Jealousy, and Major Gill were there, and they're way better at this sort of thing than we are.
What? It's true.
Other than that, his own room in the tent.
A camel?
A multi-layered birthday cake!
No! Fools! The visions. Do you remember what happened in the visions? The entire family bowed down to Joseph. And who is it who sends visions? Precisely. Our great and wise master likes nothing better than to prove, or at least seem to prove, that the enemy is a liar.
Brilliant. So our plan is to make sure these visions never come true.
Which is precisely what I've done. Nobody's going to bow to an Egyptian slave. Yes. However, the adversary will seek to bring glory to himself through the life of your target, regardless of the circumstances. This initial success is just the beginning of your campaign. Now is the time to press home your advantage. Humans are weak, and humans who follow the enemy are no exception. Move in when they're down. Play on their emotions. Use anger and doubt to drive a wedge between them and him. But mark my words. He has a plan. I don't know what it is, but you must do your damn level best to ensure that he does not succeed. He likes nothing better than turning our best laid plans to his purpose. Continue to keep things well in hand, and you might have a reason to celebrate. Comrades, I did even better than we thought. General Depravity approves of my work. This could mean a promotion.
And candy.
Joseph is in our clutches.
And he's going to stay there.
Candy.
Excuse me, my Lord Potiphar. I've just returned from the livestock markets.
Yet again, you have returned more profit than any of my stewards. The gods favor your efforts.
Thank you, Master. I do my best to please you as my God.
Yes. And I appreciate that, Joseph. Loyalty and ingenuity are rare, even among my soldiers. But I have never had a slave with so much of both. A man who understands authority, as you do, can be trusted to wield it himself.
I'm humbled, Master. It's a privilege to serve you.
No, it's a responsibility. And it is because you treat it as such that you are to have command over all of my estate.
Thank you.
Now, let's see what you can do about that abandoned canal.
Colonel Eric,
No!
request permission to speak.
Permission granted.
We're hoes.
Oh, we got too close to the nearest.
How could this happen? Captain Breed, who was in charge when we were on leave.
Second Lieutenant Sloth, ma'am.
What is my cousin? I
You had one job.
Uh-oh.
Say that again.
Uh-oh?
Not literally you, Ninny. Why would you even want
Stop bickering. We need to present a united front when General Depravity arrives. We need a plan. I hope that plan includes 100 years or so tending the furnaces. I told you. Watch careful, our adversary raises human whim to a level of importance. Not all possibilities are gone. him accountable. That should make him more susceptible to certain temptations.
Because humans live in the physical world, they have multiple weaknesses. We can exploit these weaknesses through these points here, 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 and in general here. When our adversary created humans, he programmed into them certain desires, which encouraged them to do what they needed to do. Hunger causes them to eat. Ambition makes them work hard. Thirst gets them to drink, and fatigue, take it off! And fatigue induces sleep, etc., etc. Our great and wise master Satan, may he reign forever, discovered that by simply twisting or exaggerating their natural desires, you can beguile humans into doing the exact opposite of what they were intended to do. Don't you think about it!
Our master is most cunning and clever.
Yes. You see, we simply need to twist or exaggerate their natural desires to get them to sin. Hunger turns into gluttony. Ambition, pride. Thirst turns into drunkenness. And fatigue slips into laziness. My personal favorite, especially with men who are away from the support of other followers of the enemy, is to go at them this way.
The eye, General?
I know. Pick me.
What?
We'll make him blind. He won't be able to see anything.
No, saphead! Lust will make him fall for the age-old trap of lust.
Brilliant. I'll get him to go for the kitchen maid. It'll be a cinch.
No, I'll get him to fall for the chambermaid. She is the prettiest.
The cat's cute.
We are trying to destroy him, not arrange his marriage.
So the cat.
Think higher. Think forbidden.
Potiphar's wife!
Now you're thinking. Vanity is assigned to Potiphar's wife. Work with her and see what you can do.
Ma'am, do we have to work with Vanity? She's such a pain.
She's just not a team player.
She thinks I'm cute.
Aw, poor baby. That wasn't a suggestion, Colonel. She is one of our best temptresses.
You know it.
And I'll be typing up that list of transfers to the furnaces soon, and I would just hate for you to be on it. Make it work!
Ah! I can't believe we have to work with Vanity.
She does think I'm cute, though.
Hey, wait, guys. How's my hair?
What are you two doing here? Oh, hey, cutie.
Hey, Vanity. I missed you while I was gone. I got you a little something.
You put this thing on.
You naughty little demon, you. Why, it goes perfectly with my outfit.
Hey,
targets Hebrew slave. Ooh, that hunk. This could be fun. When do you want to strike?
The sooner the better.
Well then, Potiphar is getting ready to go on some trip with the Pharaoh, him being captain of the guard and all. If I begin work now, we could strike within the week.
That would be lovely.
I know I am. Now, come on and see how the professionals do it.
It's so hard to keep hair looking good in this humidity, isn't it? My hair looks simply horrid today. I could never get my hair to do anything in this heat. Well, I must look like something the cat drug in.
No, mistress. Everyone knows that you, Priscilla of Memphis, are the most beautiful woman in all of Egypt.
Oh, well, bless your heart, honey child. But you're just saying that because you're my personal slave. You and I both know I'm not the newest filly in the pasture.
I wouldn't say that, mistress. From what I heard this morning, Pharaoh doesn't agree.
Oh, do tell.
I heard from some of the palace slaves that Pharaoh had to sleep on the couch last night because he said, and I quote, Priscilla of Memphis is prettier than the goddess Hathor.
Oh, well, I am just tickled pink. Who would have thought that little old me, Priscilla of Memphis, would cause such a stir at court? Joseph.
Almost everyone agrees with him.
Almost. Whatever do you mean?
Oh, nothing, mistress.
Sissy, out with it.
The only person I know who doesn't admire your beauty is Joseph. In fact, I haven't even heard him mention you.
You mean that slave Potiphar just raves about? Well, fiddle-dee-dee. Who cares what a Hebrew thinks? My, but it's getting mighty hot out here. Run along and fetch me my tea. And plenty of ice, mind you.
Yes, mistress.
And now for the fun part.
Who does he think he is? Joseph doesn't even pay attention to you. He thinks he's too good for you because he's a Hebrew.
It's insufferable. A slave.
Of course, you could always humble him, darling. You know what I mean. You've done it before.
Hear now the horses, a goddess most fine. Even the king himself is vying for your time. Eyes of perfection, ruby lips climb. Pharaoh so shiny and curvaceous, form so fine. There's not a man alive with you to your allure. It's time to show the hand that you won't be ignored. He's not in love with you, darling, this is war. Who does he think he is to try and break your charms? But with a wink and kiss, he'll soon be in your arms. Tell him that in your arms his happiness is found. And when you're done with him, throw him on the ground.
Joseph, who does he think he is?
Priscilla, darling, I'm off. While I'm gone, Joseph will be in charge. If there is anything you need, just let him know.
Goodbye, darling.
I should be back in a few days.
Well, it looks like it's just you and me, handsome.
Yes, mistress. If you'll excuse me, I have work to attend to.
That was your big move. We don't have time for these games. We have serious work to do.
Silly me, thinking your rank meant experience.
What are you implying?
Sin, especially lust, takes a while to brew. It's not a sudden thing. It's a slow fade. Then what do we do now? We wait. Isn't that right, cutie?
Whatever you say, gorgeous.
I don't know what you see in him. He's cute, and he appreciates me.
He's the only one that does.
Don't wait up.
That was the most excellent meal. Help me out, darlings. Oh, thank you kindly. Well, I do declare. What are y'all staring at?
Your dress, mistress.
Well, this old thing. I feel like a pig in a poke.
Oh no, mistress! It's a marvelous dress.
You look fabulous, Miss Priscilla. Oh, y'all just melt my butter. You're just saying that, sugar. My, how I do love a walk in the garden after dinner. If you would be so kind. I do believe the sun is getting to my delicate constitution. I feel faint. Oh, thank you kindly. What would I do without y'all? Ma, how I would just love a mint julep.
I'll get you one.
No!
What do you mean? I will.
Oh, please, Miss Priscilla, let me get it for you.
But you got it last time!
I do declare. I think I'll pick Joseph.
Yes, mistress.
Would you be so kind as to fetch me my mint julep?
Miss Priscilla, let me get it for you.
I made up my mind. Joseph's gonna get it for me. Aren't you, honey?
As you wish, mistress.
You know it.
What? She's ordering him around like a slave.
And your point?
You're supposed to be getting her to make a move on him.
Oh, you are so slow. Every man in this city is tripping over themselves to meet with her approval. But Joseph only notices her in the way that a slave should. That annoys her.
I see. You're playing off her vanity.
But
She doesn't want him, she just wants him to want her.
It's my favorite way of doing things, because once she's done with him, she simply dumps him and moves on. The one who fell for her is left feeling like a total fool.
Hush! Joseph's coming.
Your drink, mistress.
Thank you, sugar.
you see, all the rest of her servants act like lovers. But he acts like a servant! Are you dating a genius? Because I am.
Joseph's indifference is really getting under her skin. That's going to make her double her efforts to get him. Which means you need to weaken his defenses tonight. Think you can handle that, Cupcake?
That objective has already been synchronized in the operational strategy.
we
Be
don't plan
quiet.
Sure
Yes.
it is.
We have a plan.
We have a plan?
We need a plan.
I was wondering when you were gonna ask. We'll need a DJ and a couple dozen monkeys.
What if we get Joseph?
Fine! I can deal with a dozen, but we'll need a ping pong ball and a blender.
Give me that!
Like I was saying, what if we get Joseph to rationalize his desires? Then we can...
Ration? Putting him on a diet? That's your best plan? My monkeys would crush that plan.
Not ration, you moronic refuse. Rationalize. If we can get the target to think that the ends justifies the means, then almost any sin becomes a cinch.
What do you think I was gonna do with the monkeys?
What?
Slave, darling. Be a dear and run my cup back to the kitchen.
Yes, mistress.
Joseph, honey, why don't you come sit a spell and talk with me?
Is there something you need, mistress?
Oh, just some friendly conversation.
Yes, mistress. I'll fetch Sissy immediately.
Slaves were dismissed. No!
You three have a lot of work to do.
Where is excess? I told him to be here at 2200 hours.
Sorry. I threw out a raw box was backed up.
What is that?
5.5 gallons of pure caffeinated happiness. You didn't seriously expect me to do this without coffee, did you? How's the mission?
He's still praying.
I see you waited for the big guns. Hold that, not a sip.
I'm assuming those are Nerf guns.
Yeah.
Joseph is in close communication with the enemy. We can't approach him.
What if we try a song and dance routine? Nothing like a good show to make someone drop their guard.
What do you think this is, a musical?
Finally, he's going to Let's move in.
Hey there, Joey boy. That Priscilla. She's the prettiest woman in town. And she's got eyes for you, if you know what I mean.
As a relative of Pharaoh, she has powerful friends. If you two are close, her friends become yours.
Besides, you didn't ask to be here, but who says you can't have a little fun while you are?
She may not be your type, but she can certainly be your ticket out of here.
Besides, you shouldn't be a slave in the first place. You're Joseph, son of Jacob. God gave you the visions. He promised to make you great. And who's to say that this isn't exactly what's happening? Don't turn your back on such a providential opportunity.
You know what to do.
Hey there, cutie pie. You look chipper this morning.
Have you ever tried the Rio Grande for mamas? It's really, really big. Did you know that there are 2,348,536 stones in the pyramid? And a piece of gum. But I stole it. Delicious!
You are so cute.
I know.
I had a fabulous night. I kept Priscilla up fuming over Joseph's rejection. How dare he not like me? What is wrong with his eyes? And on and on.
Well,
I was a woman too. Did I tell you kind of appearance myself? Where's the bathroom?
now that we're free of distractions, anything else you'd like to report?
Report to you? Don't make me laugh. How did you do?
Well, with all the hard work I put into this thing, I'm sure we'll have no problem getting Joseph to fall for my trap.
Your trap? You pompous greenhorn. I have been a veteran temptress for over 100 years.
And it shows.
You pitiful rookie! You're just jealous because my record contains more than my name, rank, and serial number.
I'd be insulted by that if it weren't for the fact that you only have this position for your looks.
Oh, poor arrogance. Then how will you get anywhere?
You're so mean! I make it as plain as about you, don't you? Don't you?
What did you want? Ladies! Whoa! You're both beautiful to me. But Joseph's coming.
This isn't over.
Not by a long shot.
You called for me, mistress?
I did, sugar. But mistress is just so formal. I'm only a simple country girl. Call me Priscilla. Why don't you sit down? You've been working so hard all day.
I prefer to stand.
Well, suit yourself. You know you don't have to hide your true feelings from me anymore.
I'm not sure I know what you mean, mistress.
I think you know exactly what I mean. Let's cut to the chase. My husband's away. Why don't we be friends? Close friends. You know you want me.
Mistress, your husband has entrusted his entire household to me, keeping nothing from me but you.
Husband? Who cares? All I care about is you.
How could you ask me to commit this sin against God?
Easy. With my lips. Now have a little smooch, Joseph, honey. Joseph!
What's the matter, Miss Priscilla? We're coming, Miss Priscilla!
could you have messed this up? Something as simple as lust!
I'm just saying, when I get hungry, I eat a donut and it makes me less stressed.
It is one of the most basic and powerful of our weapons, and you messed it up! I refuse to take the blame for Vanity's incompetence. If she had made her target come on stronger, we would Stronger? She got a promotion for that beautiful piece of work. I thought you were capable of a mission as simple as lust. But apparently I was wrong. Fortunately, I have friends in low places.
You know, I really like to be a song.
He doesn't typically come up top anymore, but because of the importance of this mission and your incompetence, he has decided to make an exception.
You don't mean...
Oh yes, I mean the root.
You mean...
Underlord Pride.
So, these are the fools.
Yes, Underlord Pride, these are the fools.
And for their sakes, let's hope I'm not too late. Otherwise, I'll have the personal pleasure of escorting them to the furnaces myself. But before we begin, arrogance, my dear young niece.
Yes, Uncle Underlord Pride, sir.
How disappointing to see you in this mess. However, as you know, I have special influence with our Lord Satan. And when relatives of mine are in a jam, he lets me have a say in where they go.
He does?
Oh, yes, he does.
And where do they go?
To the deepest, hardest, most hellish furnaces we have! No relative of mine fails! Do you understand? Now!
Come, my dear. What has you so upset?
Oh, it was just awful. I can hardly speak over it.
Speak of what? What happened?
It was him. Oh. You had hardly left the house when he started making advances. And then that horrible morning, he tried to force himself on me. Oh.
Joseph. Are you talking about Joseph?
You don't believe me? You'll believe a slave, but call your poor, darling wife a liar. My mama always said you didn't love me.
I cannot believe this. But it's true. It is every word.
We saw it all.
Joseph, what do you have to say for yourself?
Master, why would I do this to you? I didn't try in any way to take your wife. She made advances on me, master, but I ran away.
Why would I make advances on you? A slave?
Please, master, believe me. I have in no way wronged you.
Then how did this end up in my bedroom?
That's Joseph's coat.
I've seen him wear it!
Look, his mom even wrote his name on the tag.
Wait, I thought that you wrote his name on
Silence! Leave me!
What should I do? Who should I believe? I trust Joseph. He's been an honest and faithful servant. But still, Priscilla's my wife. Huh?
Poor Priscilla. Nearly victimized by a Hebrew.
But Joseph has been trustworthy in all I've given him.
Who cares who's in the right? What you have to think about is what other people will say.
What would Pharaoh say of a captain who can't keep his own house in order?
That's right. And Priscilla of Memphis, your wife, is Pharaoh's cousin. He wouldn't like it if you dismissed one of his relatives for a mere slave.
Pharaoh wouldn't like it.
On top of that, you'd be the scandal of the century. Every tabloid from here to Greece would splash it across the front page. Everyone you know would mock you.
I'd be a laughingstock. A slave isn't worth it.
One of you is going to take the fall for this. You or the slave. Make Joseph pay for this embarrassment.
I've worked too hard to lose this for a Hebrew.
My dear Wormwood, you mentioned in your last letter that you did not understand my reasons for sending you the babblings of a trio of lunatics. That, my dear nephew, is a dangerous tone, especially for a relative to take. However, I will excuse you for now. My reason is simple. One of our greatest triumphs in the modern world is the neglect of self-study. Oh yes, many people sit for hours meditating about themselves, but that is not what I mean. As they sit there, humming and meditating on the good within them, they are completely unaware of their fallen nature. The greatest part of our victory in this area is to keep them from looking at their mistakes. In this generation especially, people are more focused on burying the past and moving on. What they don't realize, however, is that by not looking at what causes them to make their mistakes, they are doomed to repeat them in one form or another. This is especially helpful in making people fall into a particular sin multiple times. On the other hand, it is a trap that we should never fall into ourselves. I want you to learn from that trio of lunatics as well as from the advice of depravity. Use what works, discard what does not. So saying, here is your next installment. I hope for your sake that you study it more closely this time. Your affectionate uncle, Screwtape.
I don't teach you to mess with the wife of an Egyptian, you Hebrew scum!
Why, God? Why have you abandoned me? But even though I feel alone, I will trust you, God. I'm in your hands.
Oh, lovely. He's even worse off than I thought. Praying and trusting in the enemy? You three really have let things slip, haven't you? Looks like I've got my work cut out for me. Joseph, you're alone. Oh, so far away from home. You've got nothing of your own. That's a fact. You've been left to rot in jail, and your faith is feeling frail. Now your trust in God has failed. That's a fact. Joseph, what the heaven is going on? We're under attack!
I have on my shirt.
Fear not, Joseph. God has not forgotten you. Fear not, for God will always be with you. Joseph, God is at your side. The trace of him seems far away. Crossed by your master's pride, that God may raise you by his grace. Joseph, won't you look around and see your world is upside down, whirling, twirling all around like a great big ball and chain. Thrown into this sticky cell for lies and truth could not dispel. Now your life's a living hell. What's being faithful gain? That was a masterful bit of temptation, if I may say so. You may. I did what I could, but you, Colonel Arrogance, let things go much too far. Continue your career like this, and I can personally guarantee a bright and very, very hot future. Any
Yes, ma'am.
suggestions, General? Doubt.
I know him. He and I went to human boot camp together.
I am not talking about major doubt, Corporal. I am talking about the principle of doubting the enemy.
Why would doubt work when lust didn't? I mean, doubt pales in comparison.
Which is precisely why it works. You see, I thought you had Joseph in a position that would make him susceptible to lust. But now I see you three ninnies couldn't even tempt a politician to lie. Doubt is effective in cases like these because it is so subtle. It begins small and unobtrusive, like a cancer. Many times, the human will ignore it, or even be completely unaware of its existence. But then, slowly, in small increments, it begins growing on their hearts, becoming larger and larger, blocking even more of their faith.
Oh! Those are termites in a roof beam, slowly gnawing away at it until the whole roof caves in!
Actually, yes. You see, doubt is the opposite of the enemy's weapon called faith. And faith comes about when those walking bags of dust trust explicitly in the enemy. Doubt was first used by Underlord Pride and Overlord Satan in the Garden of Eden. He convinced those human wimps to doubt the enemy, and the rest, as they say, is history.
Wait, so it's not the guy I went to school with?
If we get the followers of the enemy to doubt, they won't have any room for faith.
Precisely. The more doubt someone has, the less faith they have.
Clever. Sneaky.
Tasty. Oh, what? They have 11 herbs and spices in this stuff.
Herbs, idiot. Herbs.
Herbs? Herb's my uncle.
Joseph, I am very impressed. Number zone, and we're 4 times less robbers than we used to be. Ever since you came here, escapes? Nothing. Morale? Up! I don't know how you do it.
Thank you, Warden.
All I know is that my God is with me. Even when things look bad, I know he's in control. Well, it must be a powerful God. It was a miracle bigger than I was. Finally, no seating. Amazing. Thank you, Warden. Yes. Good talk. But I've got to go. You see, Pharaoh's mad at some blokes going to, I don't know, throw them in the clink. You know, jail. I'm going to need you to swivvy cookies.
Will do.
Have a good time, sir. Good time? Yeah. Do you tell a cat to have fun swimming with crocodiles? No, they don't. So, in this scenario, Pharaoh is the crocodile? Come on. Pharaoh! Cobra! Looks happily charmed, music playing, head bobbing. Leave me happy. Then he strikes! That's why the executioner has a mansion on the Nile, a trophy wife, and a sports chariot. I would too.
student loans. Stupid.
Pharaoh, tough guy. Cobra. Glad I don't have to meet him. I am glad. Think you're some sort of comedy, Joseph? Swimmy!
Remind me again what our plan is.
I don't think it's working.
Weren't you listening to what Depravity and I explained? We're building doubt to conquer his faith.
Yes.
I doubt that, but
Shut up. No offense, ma'am, but that conversation sounded a lot more like faith than doubt. And the warden put him in charge. He's in favor again.
You just can't see the bigger picture. The longer we keep him in this place, no matter his position, the more he will doubt the enemy's visions.
We've already tried that, and it didn't work last time at all.
Hey guys, can we hurry this along a little? I'm going bungee jumping at 2.
Do you have a better idea, numbskull?
Yeah, it's called bungee jumping at 2.
I know. Why don't we just waltz right into Depravity's office and say, we have no idea what we're doing here. Please send us to the furnaces.
Finally, a plan I understand. Can I go?
We just have to keep him here in prison. We'll make him discontent, homesick, make him do something rash.
Great, sounds itchy. Can I go now?
How did you ever make corporal?
I'm a corporal.
Oh, whatever.
Bungee jumping, here I come!
Point. And speaking of food, I'm thinking we need to revamp our culinary program. I don't think bread and water constitutes a culinary program. Exactly! See? A man with vision! That's why I like you, Joey. But you're right. Well, for a new guest, I'm thinking we might want bump things up a notch or two. You mean the 2 new prisoners? They aren't just prisoners, are they? One's Pharaoh's baker, the other is Pharaoh's cupbearer, and it might pay to keep their tummies happy, if you know what I mean. You do realize Pharaoh threw them in prison. They aren't at court anymore. Yeah, but it is Pharaoh, isn't it? I'll see what I can do. Good. Good morning. Is everything all right? You look upset. Is it the food?
No, the food it is, how do you say? Passable. But something is weighing heavily on my mind.
The same for me. If only my cousin Sigmund was here.
I'm sorry to hear that. Is it something I could help with?
Can you interpret dreams?
Actually,
Are you yoking me?
do not interpretations belong to God? Tell me your dream.
Really?
What have you got to lose?
Fine. I was walking through Pharaoh's vineyard, and I saw 3 vines. And right before my eyes, grapes grew, hence they ripened right on the vine. And I had Pharaoh's cup in my hand. So I squeezed the grapes into Pharaoh's cup, and I placed the cup into Pharaoh's hand. And that was my dream.
And this makes you scream like a little girl at 4 in the morning?
It was most distressing. I hurt my waist.
The 3 branches represent 3 days. In 3 days, you'll be restored to Pharaoh's favor.
Really? Vive la voix! Ho, ho, ho!
What about my dream? I dreamed I was walking with 3 baskets on my head. They were filled with cakes and pastries and strudel. Strudel. And then these birds came down and they ate everything in the baskets, including my strudel!
Wait! You're scared of
The 3 baskets also represent 3 days.
I too will be restored?
Not quite. In 3 days, that is 3 days from now, let's just say you'll be about a head shorter.
Executed! And on Pharaoh's birthday, too.
Oh, Tiger! There you are! It's Pharaoh's birthday! And he wants to see you!
Does he want me to make him a cake?
No. But he does want to see you rather quickly. Chopped up, if you know what I mean.
Oh, Peter.
Wow. That was the fastest 3 days of my life.
We.
I almost forgot. Cupbearer! Pharaoh wants to see you! Don't want to give anything away, but you should. Happy?
Farewell, mon ami. Thank you for all you've done.
Don't forget to tell Pharaoh about me. Maybe he'll hear my case.
I will, I promise. I'll be seeing you again very soon.
Thank you. Unless you want to be thrown back in, I say we...
Captain Green, send an order to Major Forgetfulness. We need a fresh order of amnesia for the cupbearer.
Right away, Colonel. What happened to you?
Long story. Long jump. Longer cord. It's not funny. On top of that, the hospital food made me sick.
Did you eat your hospital gown again?
The portions are so small.
Be quiet.
Are you sure it's okay for us to be taking this vacation? Remember what happened last time?
It's been 2 years. I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that the cupbearer has forgotten all about Joseph. He's beginning to doubt if the enemy even cares. I'd say that's cause for a celebration.
I'll drink to that.
Warden, what's the matter? Pharaoh! Please! Nobody knows! I'm gonna... I have no clue what you're saying.
Different dreams! Pharaoh! Ghosts! Weeds! Nightmares! Anything's making a wiggling! If I'm not being clear, tell me!
You're not being clear.
This is the life.
What is it?
What's wrong? This says that Joseph has been summoned by Pharaoh?
Pharaoh? Why?
He wants him to interpret a dream. No, this cannot be happening. We have to do something before Joseph finds himself in another position of favor.
Maybe you won't be able to interpret it.
Have you even been a part
Wait!
of this?
He's on to something. Let's cloud his thoughts. When he tries to interpret, he won't be able to. He'll get the whole thing wrong.
I'll be back in jail in no time.
Yes.
Does this mean the vacation's over? Ugh.
Joseph, it's the Hebrew who interprets dreams.
Ah, is this true? Can you interpret the dream?
Ba, ba, ba. No, sir. My God can interpret dreams, and he'll tell me what yours means.
Well, for your sake, I hope he does. In my dream, 7 fat cows, 7 mind you not, 6, were eating grass along the banks of the Nile. When all of a sudden, 7 scrawny cows, scrawny. These things make snakes look fat. 7 scrawny cows devoured the 7 fat cows. But they were just as scrawny as before. So I woke up, drank some chamomile tea, got a foot rub from slave 120 something or other, and went back to bed. But I dreamed the same thing again. Only this time, it happened to some wheat. Some wheat, I tell you. And now, I'm so confused. Oh.
Hey, Joseph, think about all the wealth you can have. You get this wrong, you're gonna die in a headshot.
And that potato sack really makes you look back.
Well, can you interpret?
Pharaoh, your dream means this. The next 7 years will be productive and the crops will be plentiful. You'll have bread in abundance. However...
Wait! Whenever someone throws in a however, I need Mr. Smiley. You may continue.
However, when those years are spent, the next 7 years will be plagued by drought and famine. It will be so bad that the good years will be forgotten and there will be no bread for the people.
No bread for the people? What will we do?
I say let's eat cake.
Oh, I'm so that would go over well.
Hold on. Let's not lose our heads over this. That's very funny. That's very funny.
Pharaoh should appoint a wise man to set aside 1/5 of the total produce each year. Gather as much of the surplus as you can during the 7 good years and put it in the cities. That way, when the famine comes, Egypt will not perish.
Brilliant! Why didn't I think of that? Because you're not as smart as he is. You are very wise. Since God has shown you all of this, there can be none so discerning and wise as you are. I shall set you over my house, and all my people shall order themselves as you command. Only as regards to the throne, and my luxurious beard, will I be greater than you. See, I have set you over all the land of Egypt. I want you to implement your plan immediately.
Yes, Your Majesty.
What did you say your name was? Forget it! If you're going to rule, you'll need something grand. How about Zaphanath Panaya?
course, Your Majesty.
Yes, I like it. It reminds me of pastry. What it does! Oh, too bad I killed my baker. Again. Don't look at me like that, it happens to everybody.
All right, fine. It's time for a stop. Everybody just stretch your legs.
Reuben, what do you think we've been doing since we left Canaan?
Well, some of us have. Others I could name been dragging their feet. How far do you reckon it is anyway?
Yeah, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
No, Simeon. We'll get there when we get there. What's that? Are you serious, Issachar? I told you to go to the bathroom before we left.
Come on, Izzy.
All right, guys, let's go find Issachar a bathroom.
Hey, to keep your mind off it, why don't we sing a walking song?
Simeon.
We're off to see the
Simeon.
Pharaoh,
Simeon.
the wonderful Pharaoh.
Simeon! What did I say about show tunes?
No show tunes. Okay. Well, how about on the sand again? I just can't wait to be on the sand again.
It's a little more like it.
Let's not and say we didn't.
Oh, come on.
Let's go.
How about this one? Grandpa Abraham had many
Simeon!
grandsons. What? Many grandsons had
Simeon! Shut your Bible!
Hi.
Judah!
I can dream.
Yes, Colonel, that is a brilliant plan.
What?
No?
That is a terrible plan. Oh. Joseph is a grown man. He does not believe in the boogeyman anymore.
Did someone say boogie? 'Cause I'm your man.
What are you wearing?
It's all cool, cat. These threads are what's down with the kids these days, you know what I'm saying?
Couldn't you be helpful just for once?
Chillax, little lady. This is the plan. Fashion.
What?
You see, now that Joseph's loaded, he don't need the enemy no more. We get him caught up in the headdresses, fake beards, the eyeliner. You digging it?
No. Since when has Joseph ever cared about quote-unquote fashion? General Depravity, it's so nice to see you, ma'am.
You're early for your weekly report. I had you scheduled for tomorrow. Yes. However, I thought in light of recent events, an early visit was in order. I must say, Colonel Arrogance, I really didn't think you had it in you, but you may have just pulled it off.
I did. I mean, of course I did. I had it under control this whole time. Just which part were you referring to?
Why, bringing Joseph's brothers here, of course.
Of course,
Right.
I see. Yep, his brothers.
That would make sense.
Revenge. For years, he thought this entire thing was behind him. And now, all of a sudden, they're here. He'll have a sudden rush of emotions and feelings he thought were buried. It's the perfect situation to bring up all that anger that has festered for years.
Ah, so it's like when you lick the sour cream spoon and then stick it in the sour cream and then shove it in the fridge and then open it a month later. Now there's green stuff inside. Just because it's green does not mean it tastes good on nachos. It is not guacamole.
position of power, a position from which he can exact his revenge.
That was my plan all along.
That was her plan all along.
That was not the plan.
It's as good as done, ma'am.
I'm sure you think it is, Colonel. No mistakes this time. Finish the job.
This better work.
Just look at it all. So this is thieves. Hold on. Simeon, what is it?
Reuben, are we there yet?
Simeon, I just said we're in thieves.
But how close is that to Egypt?
It's the capital of Egypt.
Hold on. I smell something. I smell tacos! Oh! Yeah!
So we're in Egypt?
Yes, Simeon.
What?
Oh! It makes me want to say.
No, Simeon!
Well, fine. All right, let's split up, see where we can buy some food. Isgar, you and the boys, stay here. Watch the sacks, and don't run off this time.
Food delirious.
Simeon! Got plenty more.
Nah, brother, I'm good.
Hey, did you find anything?
No, did you?
No.
Maybe Simeon's got something.
Guys, look what I found!
What is that?
It's an Assyrian.
It's a box.
It's an Assyrian in a box!
Simeon! Please tell me you kept the receipt. There is no way you can fit a person in that box.
Prepare to be amazed. Assyrian, are you in there?
Hello, Maestro Simeon.
What? It talks!
You can ask her anything you want, and she answers. She knows everything. Watch this. Come closer. Watch. Assyrian, how many stones are in Khufu's pyramid?
Khufu's pyramid has 2,348,536 stones and a piece of gum.
See?
Well, why don't we ask it something useful? Like, where would we go to buy some
Wait, what are you doing? You can't do that.
Oh, why not?
Because we're men.
So?
It's like against the man code to ask for directions. We have to find out for ourselves.
What's the man code?
You seriously?
Man Code, a purely fictitious set of guidelines based around obscure ideas of masculinity and machismo, chiefly used by males to convince their friends to do things against all pretense of common sense.
We're men. We can handle it.
We're also hopelessly lost in a foreign country.
Who cares? It's good to face your challenges every once in a while.
Oh, and we're completely out of food.
Assyrian! Where are we gonna find food?
Navigating to 341 Pyramid Parkway, Thebes, Egypt.
Right turn! Oh, no, there's construction that way. This way.
Goodness. Oh, the brothers, come on.
Oh, so hungry.
Hurry up.
Oh,
So is
Simeon, this is a cornfield.
I'm not. It's the Syrian.
My lord, Zavanoth Benea, Pharaoh's right hand, interpreter of dreams, master of rations, and organizer of bingo games. There's a group of men at the door. They have come from Canaan to buy grain.
Canaan? Bid them enter.
My lord, Zavanoth Benea, Pharaoh's right hand, interpreter of dreams, master of rations, and organizer of bingo games. Here are the men.
Hail, great wise Zavanoth Benea.
My brothers. But there were only 10. What have they done with Benjamin?
I cannot hear you.
Hail, great and wise Zavanoth Benea.
Who are you, and from whence do you come?
We are brothers, my lord, from the land of
Canaan!
To buy food?
You lie. You are obviously spies come to see the undefended parts of our land.
No, my lord. We, your servants, are only here to buy grain.
Yet 7 of you stand straight as boards as only soldiers do.
Allow me to apologize for them, my lord. They are stiff in the joints. Do not bow easily.
Likely excuse for an insult. Do you not realize I hold your lives in the palm of my hand?
We are 12 brothers, all the sons of one man in Canaan. Our youngest, he stayed with our father.
Do you think I can't count? That's only 11. Where is the 12th brother? Speak!
Our other brother, my lord, died many years ago.
Because I fear God, I will give you a chance to prove that you are indeed honest men. I will sell you grain this once. However, I will keep one of you here as my prisoner. The rest of you shall return to your home. Then you shall bring your youngest brother to me. By this I shall know that you are not spies.
May we discuss this amongst ourselves?
You may.
Oh, what do we do?
Well, looks like one of us will have to stay. I mean, otherwise our families will starve.
Father will never agree to let us bring Benjamin here. You know how protective he is. Especially after losing Joseph.
This is God's retribution for what we did to Joseph. When he was in need, we just abandoned him.
And now he's brought this distress upon us.
I'll stay.
What?
Yes, I'm staying.
No.
Besides, I've been wanting to learn some jailhouse rock.
You're a good man, Simeon. We will be back.
Thanks, Reuben. Great, Zavanoth Benea. I volunteers tribute.
Very well then. God! You may purchase your grain and go, but don't you dare cross me!
That was marvelous. Captain Greed, make sure to include every detail in the situation report. I'll personally deliver a copy to General Depravity.
Hey guys!
I really think we could use this stuff. We could put messages in the music, seduce them with pictures, even make games out of crime. The possibilities are limitless. I mean, limitless.
You're hopeless, and I mean hopeless.
And you're mean.
You're
I mean
stupid.
mean.
You're fine, stupid.
Now, we must fan the flames of Joseph's bitterness.
Now, my lord, my spies tell me they're back in town. They could be here any minute. What do you suggest I do, sire?
Well, first of all, I like your hat. And secondly, you say these people are actually your brothers and that they sold you into slavery. Well, I say we sell them and their families into slavery.
No, I want to see if they've changed. That's why I didn't tell them who I was when they came for grain. But seeing them again reminded me of a dream I had years ago.
Was it about cows?
No, sir.
Oh, that was close. Carry on.
They were bowing down to me.
The cows were bowing down to you?
No, sir, my brothers.
Your brothers are cows.
No, sir.
Good, because that wouldn't make any sense. I don't know why you brought it up.
My brothers were bowing down to me. Just like they did when they came for grain.
There, that's your proof.
Proof of what?
That your God has delivered him into your hands. It's your chance to exact just retribution.
No, I don't think that's what he wants. Retribution belongs to God, and I have walked with him for many years. This must be happening for a different reason.
Listen, Zappy baby. I've learned to trust your judgment. I'll say no more on the subject. What sort of fellows are these Canaanites?
Well, sir, 3 of them seemed all right, but the rest seemed sort of stiff.
Stiff? What do you mean by stiff?
Well, perhaps stiff wasn't the right word. Sort of flat and two-dimensional.
Oh, I see.
My lord Pharaoh the Magnificent, ruler of many lands, keeper of many treasures, rider of chariots, and the one who adorns our postage stamps. There's a group of men at the door. They have come to see Zavadov Panea.
Nobody comes to see me anymore. Show them in. Ooh, could these be your brothers? Oh, I see what you mean by stiff.
Oh, my lord Pharaoh the Magnificent.
Yes, we know who I am. But who are you?
O great Pharaoh, and Zapanathpanea his right hand. We are the brothers to whom you sold grain. We have returned with our youngest as you requested.
So you are Benjamin.
How did he know my name?
I don't know.
This guy gives me the creeps.
I suppose you're telling the truth. You have honored your word, now I shall honor mine. God, fetch the brother from his cell. Butler, show them to the banquet hall. They are to be my guests for dinner.
Oh, might I join you? You have the most marvelous coat.
Yes, of course, Your Majesty. Go on ahead, I'll be there in a moment.
brothers grovel at your feet, beg for mercy, agonize like you did in that well all those years ago.
No.
Why not? They'd have let you die in that well if they didn't think they could make a buck off you.
No. God was there.
Yes, and now he's delivered them to you on a silver platter. Eat them.
Besides, after what they did to you, they deserve it. What are you waiting for?
They sent you here to be enslaved, imprisoned, and separated from your father forever.
They've honored their word, but have their hearts truly changed? I must test them a second time.
Of course, another test.
That is a splendid meal. I told you he had an excellent cook.
It sure was. I'm stuffed.
What? Then you went for a show. I hope you enjoyed that.
Thank you for your hospitality. However, our father will be worried. If we may, we will collect our grain and return home.
Oh yes, of course you may go. But first, we'll drink to your journey. Hey, where's my cup?
Did you have it in the banquet hall?
No, I distinctly remember leaving it right here.
It must have been stolen.
God, search the bags.
Here's the cup, my lord. Fernando Rodriguez, stop it!
I knew you weren't to be trusted.
I didn't take that.
Really? Then how did it end up in your bag?
Surely, this is all just a big mistake.
After all we've done for you, saving our family from starvation, and this is how you pay us? By stealing? And it was my favorite cocktail.
Please, my lord, please.
No, you wait. You were stolen from Pharaoh. Good? Tell them how we punished slavery in Egypt.
Death, my lord.
Ooh, an execution.
My lord, please do not put my brother to death. It would kill our father to lose his youngest son. He loves Benjamin greatly. So do not break my father's aging heart. Execute me instead.
And me.
And me! Brothers, do you not recognize me?
Joseph? What?
It is I, Joseph.
No, it can't be.
Great, now we're gonna get it!
What's the matter? Stand up. Aren't you glad to see me?
Oh, well, we are. We're just a little scared.
You know the whole well thing?
That wasn't cool.
What are you guys talking about? What happened?
So we kind of threw him down an old well.
And then kind of sold him as a slave.
Can't you ever forgive us?
Don't worry. What you intended for evil, God intended for good. If I hadn't been sent here, we'd all be at home starving right now.
Then you forgive us?
I forgave you a long time ago.
I'd say this goes for a group hug!
pretty sure that's against the man code. But okay.
Colonel Arrogance, ma'am, what are your orders? Please tell me you have orders.
What good would they do? You two have ruined everything! And no matter how hard I try, I can never overcome your incompetence!
Don't even start with me, you pompous windbag! I've been the brains of this operation this whole time, and we both know it!
Don't you think I haven't noticed you getting your grubby little paws all over my job? But for now, we have to pull this thing together! If I'm going down, you're both coming with me! This can't be happening to me! My phone died! And I was so close to catching them all! I'm telling you, this stuff is the wave of the future.
We have no future! What are we going to do?
I'll tell you what you're going to do! You're all going to the furnaces!
But it was you said it was a brilliant idea! You said this would work! It's your fault!
Of what we could do with 600.
I don't care! Your time is up! You're all going to the furnaces!
You're all going to the furnacers!
Hey guys, let's sing a song! Under one condition.
No!
Alright, just this once, if you guys can remember it. Joe!
He works for the good of those who love his name. Though Satan may tempt and try to deceive, still through it all the Lord will have his way. Yada da 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 da. Yada da 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 da. Yada da 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 yada da 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 yada da da da. Jehovah Jireh, the Lord he provides. He works for the good of those who love his name. Times may be hard and hope may be gone. The Lord of all provides for us the way. Yada da 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 da. Yada da 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 da. Yada da 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 da. Jehovah Shalom, the Lord he is peace. He works for the good of those who love his name. No matter what happens, still he is there to bring to us a peace that lasts always. To bring to us a peace that lasts always. Hey!
My dear Wormwood, as you can see in my account of this unfortunate disaster, the enemy takes a keen interest in the lives of humans. This story shows his disgusting habit of planning ahead for the good of these mudworms. Take particular notice of how he straightens and disinfects every one of our plans, turning them to his purpose. Historically speaking, through what happened to Joseph, he saved Israel and his brats from starvation. Eventually, despite our constant attempts to destroy his chosen people, he sent, through Jacob's line, a savior. None other than Jesus Christ himself! His resurrection was our greatest defeat, and demonstrated beyond a shadow of a doubt just how far he's willing to go to have a relationship with these walking bags of dust. This makes our job more difficult, which makes failure even more painful, and victory that much sweeter. However, we still have many ways of keeping these dumb sheep away from the light. For example, distract them with questions like, if God is so loving, then why is there pain? Or, if God really cares about me, why did he let this happen to me? Let them think about anything, as long as it is not that true expression of love, the cross. We must sidetrack them with pleasures, comforts, petty problems, noises, careers, philosophy, peers, relationships, even philanthropy, anything to keep them from trusting in the love of God like you see in the life of Joseph. In addition, pay heed to the fate of the tempters who failed in their mission. Though over the years tempting hasn't changed, our devices of torture have advanced. You know how I would hate, but not hesitate, to apply them to you. Let me reiterate. The most important aspect of this account is that you must never, ever underestimate our eternal enemy. Your affectionate uncle, Screwtape. P.S. I'll be sending you another account shortly.